Before we begin today's story, take a moment to subscribe if you enjoy heartfelt stories that stay with you long after the video ends. These stories aren't rushed or dramatic. They quietly touch your heart. Story start. It was a quiet evening in Seattle. Emily sat across from her husband, David, at the small wooden table they had shared for years. The soft light above them couldn't warm the growing distant sea, sensed in his eyes. David was there, but part of him seemed somewhere else. Emily knew him better than anyone. She noticed the weight in his silence, the way he hesitated before speaking, carrying a truth he could no longer keep inside. David had always been a steady man, building his life carefully and loving through actions more than words. Their 10-year marriage was built on trust, shared dreams, and quiet nights like this one. But lately, something felt different. His smile arrived late, his laughter seemed lighter, and his mind often wandered. That night, as their food grew cold, David finally spoke. His voice was calm, but it carried a heavy truth. "I have a wish," he said softly. "I don't know how to explain it. It's not a demand or a complaint, just something I feel I need." Emily listened closely. She could tell that what he was asking was rare and fragile. David continued, "I love you. I'm not leaving, but I feel like something inside me is unfinished, like there's a door I've never opened. I want to feel alive in ways I've forgotten." Emily felt a mix of concern and compassion. She realized he wasn't asking for freedom. He was asking to be understood. She answered, "Honestly, I don't want to be the reason you feel trapped. Love shouldn't be a cage. I won't stand in your way." For a moment, silence fell, heavy but different now, full of consequence and honesty. David looked at her with surprise and gratitude mixed with guilt. Emily felt the weight of her words settle deep inside her chest, knowing that saying yes had changed something forever. As the night continued, they didn't solve everything. They only agreed to stay honest, move carefully, and protect what still mattered. Lying awake later, Emily realized that love could be strong and fragile at the same time, and sometimes the bravest choices quietly rewrite the future. After that night, life began to shift quietly. David seemed lighter, more present, but still distant in ways Emily couldn't name. She noticed the small changes in him, the subtle smiles when he thought she wasn't looking, the way he carried himself differently, as if a weight had lifted. Emily tried to stay strong, keeping herself busy with work, errands, and quiet walks through the rainy streets of Seattle. She told herself that love sometimes demanded patience, understanding, and the courage to let someone face their own restlessness. Yet, in moments when the apartment was too still, Emily felt an emptiness she couldn't ignore. That's when she met Mark, a colleague she ran into during a business trip to Vancouver. Mark was easy to talk to. His calm voice and attentive listening made her feel noticed and understood in a way she hadn't realized she was missing. It wasn't romantic at first, just a deep, friendly connection. But it awakened a part of her she had forgotten existed, a part that longed for laughter, for conversation that lingered, for companionship. Each time she returned home to David after meeting Mark, Emily noticed her own emotions. A quiet recognition that love was not static. It shifted and changed. It demanded honesty and challenged comfort. She realized that caring deeply for someone didn't erase the need to feel alive in unexpected ways. Desire and affection could coexist with curiosity and longing. And with this awareness, Emily began to navigate her heart carefully, learning patience and understanding in ways she hadn't before. Every day became a delicate balance between devotion and discovery, holding on and allowing growth between the love she had always known and the emotions she was beginning to understand anew. In these quiet moments, Emily realized marriage wasn't just about presence, it was about attentiveness, being awake to the present, and embracing honesty. One evening, David noticed subtle changes in Emily. The way her eyes lingered on her phone, the quiet smiles that came when he wasn't looking, the lighter energy in her movements. Concerned, he gently asked, "Emily, are you okay?" Emily took a deep breath. She knew that hiding the truth any longer would only build walls between them, so she spoke carefully, honestly, about the connection she had felt with Mark, not as a confession of wrongdoing, but as a reflection of what she had realized was missing in her life. "I felt seen in ways I forgot existed," she explained. "It wasn't about changing my love for you. It was about noticing something I hadn't before." David listened intently, absorbing every word. He felt a mix of jealousy, sadness, and gratitude. Her feelings didn't diminish his love. They revealed the depth of her humanity, the need for connection that he too sometimes couldn't fully satisfy alone. For the first time, they sat facing each other without pretense, hands lightly resting on the table. The silence that followed wasn't uncomfortable. It was a quiet acknowledgement that their relationship was evolving. Honesty had opened a door that could never be closed, and they both understood that their love would have to expand to accommodate new truths. Emily realized that noticing someone new, like Mark, wasn't a betrayal. It was a mirror reflecting what the relationship quietly needed: attention, awareness, and shared growth. David, in turn, learned that love could bend and stretch, surviving honesty and deepening through vulnerability. Their marriage was no longer simple or predictable. It was alive, evolving, and charged with possibility. And in the quiet moments, side by side in their home, walking through Seattle's streets, or sharing a simple meal, they discovered a stronger connection than before, built on honesty, trust, and compassion. Emily understood that love sometimes asks for patience, courage, and the willingness to embrace discomfort. And that night, as she lay beside David, she felt hope that their hearts could grow together, that their marriage could thrive, and that they could face the future no matter what challenges arose. Sometimes the bravest choice in love isn't about taking a big step. It's about opening your heart, speaking the truth, and allowing love to evolve naturally. And for Emily and David, that choice changed everything. Sometimes the bravest act in love is speaking the truth and facing it.